It has been reported that Aubrey McClendon, former chief executive of Chesapeake Energy, has died in a fiery crash that took place on Wednesday. And this comes one day after he was indicted on federal antitrust charges. Now, he is known by many people as being the king of fracking, a pioneer of the U.S. shale oil industry boom, and had, by his claims, worked for the past 35 years to bring good jobs to Oklahoma. He has maintained a clean record, and he vowed in a statement that they put out before he had crashed that he was going to fight these charges. And it wouldn't be the first time they've come his way. But the way that this accident all unfolded has raised a lot of questions. It is eerily reminiscent of Michael Hastings. And I know immediately other people out there were bringing that up, because the man is in an area where he could have steered away from this. But the way that it happened, you see the spot right here, hitting that wall head on. He had every chance to try to veer away from it, but he didn't. But then it bursts into an immediate ball of fire. And, you know, I've seen a lot of wrecks and car crashes and everything else. It's not like you see in the movies. The details I'm still digging into in regards to this, but I have to say that the charges being brought up against him were in regards to a bid rigging scheme where Chesapeake and an unnamed company, they don't know why they're not naming that company if they're coming out and they're saying all this, they allegedly colluded to decide ahead of time who would win bids to these valuable lands. And after a successful bid by one company, the other would receive a share. And so they plan this all out, and they say they had the evidence to prove it. So what they're making it seem like at this point on the outside is that this man killed himself, that he had every opportunity to veer away from crashing into this unique, in particular spot here, and he didn't. And that basically, I guess they're writing it off as depression. He knew he was guilty. He was indicted and took his own life in doing this. And that's kind of where they're wanting to leave it sit. But then you got to start to think about this. This man was the top dog in this industry. He even goes on to state here. He says, I've been singled out, and he says, I am the only person in the oil and gas industry in over 110 years since the Sherman Act became law to have been accused of this crime in relation to joint bidding in leasehold. So someone wanted to take him out at this point. The gig was up. He was allowed to do this the whole time. All kinds of cats are doing things through schemes and through loopholes, and all of a sudden he's saying he's the first one to go down. They target him, so they indict him, and the very next day he's dead. Are we so sure that there wasn't other people that he was connected to, that things he knew about that other people just did not want out of the bag? What happens when someone's indicted and they're drug into court? What happens? Yes, everything starts to come out, right? Other people they worked with, other businesses, the transactions. They can give statements against other people and try to hang them out to dry to save their own skin, you know, things of that nature. Maybe people didn't want that. It's just very odd to me how this whole thing has unraveled here. And still going to continue to dig into it. I wanted to touch on it for those out there that may have been looking at it like, something's not right here. I think something's not right as well. But as far as right now, this is what I've got. I'll leave links in the description box, and I'll keep you guys posted with more information as I come across it. But what people say, looks like a Michael Hastings all over again. Fiery crash. day after indictment, it is mighty suspect here. Make sure to tune in Real Talk Live Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Dabu 777. You can also catch it on undergroundworldnews.com/live-feeds. It's been Dabu 7. Eyes open.